Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Empress Radio. So, according to this new trailer that got released, it looks like Martell Holt is planning to get engaged to Arionne Curry. He's telling Destiny that he's planning on getting a ring, and he said, time to move on. So it's been what, 10 years at this point. So I mean, if you're gonna do it at this point, like what are you guys waiting for? So they've had a tumultuous relationship to say the least over the years. They're started out with a 5-year affair. Before we get into this clip, Urban Bell just released their little article about the super trailer that got released. So the super trailer we talked about yesterday, the clip I'm talking about is a different clip, but I want to talk about the Urban Bell article and then we'll get into the clip with Martell talking about him getting engaged. So it said, Love and Mirror Huntsville stars Kimmy Scott and Nell Fletcher nearly come to blows in the trailer. Drama ignites in Love and Marriage Huntsville super trailer as Martell Holt and Marceau Scott's feud escalates. The Love and Marriage Huntsville super trailer teases a season packed with explosive confrontations, emotional breakdowns, and deeply personal conflicts that remain unresolved. Martell Holt finds himself battling public scrutiny once again. In a fiery exchange with Marceau Scott, both are accused of deceit and manipulation surrounding alleged infidelity by Martell once more. This time, Marceau faces renewed pressure as whispers of his involvement with a younger woman. Martell and his paramour interviewed last year. They're still calling her the paramour. Because in the court documents, it says paramour when it refers to Arionne Curry anyways. Despite hosting a sit-down with Martell and Marceau to de-escalate the tensions, Maurice confronts Martell about the allegations made against him. This includes some very scathing and personal questioning from Maurice in an effort to get Martell to confirm or deny the allegations. Ken Lee and Marquez Burnett altercation takes center stage and Miss Wanda returns. Tension escalates further when Ken Lee confronts Marquez Burnett in a heated discussion about the divorce with Latricia that Latricia Burnett filed. The conversation quickly spirals into a physical altercation, confirming reports that the clash occurred during filming. The moment adds a layer of intensity to a season already brimming with unresolved issues. The trailer also highlights a tense showdown between Kimmy Scott and Nell Fletcher. Both women appear to be on the brink of a physical confrontation as they clash over comments made about their husbands that crossed the line. Letitia Scott's involvement further inflames the moment. Later, we'll see Kimmy and Nell having to be separated while out at a pool party, adding even more friction. Miss Wanda makes her return to the show. She returns after being sat down after the now infamous altercation at Destiny Payton's Madani Grand reopening event. As viewers recall, this is where Martell almost had a physical altercation with both Scott brothers, which we heard that Maurice punched Martell in the face. I don't know how true that is. Lastly, speaking of Destiny, she's back and engulfed in a new love triangle. In the trailer, she claims she learned that Nell's son, Lance, had a baby with the woman from social media. Despite this, the two sit down to talk things out. Destiny also appears to be going out on dates with a friend of Lance's. Season 10 of Love and Marriage Huntsville premieres July 19th at 8 Eastern Time. So we already talked about the super trailer. Now let's get into where it said that Martell and Arionne are getting engaged.
The streets say that these women got a lot going on.
We haven't even reached our peak yet.
This is a little mini trailer. It says owns #1 show, Love and Marriage Huntsville, is back.
Here comes the ball.
2025 is my year. I'm claiming it.
I will say Letitia Scott looks great this season. No hate.
You been looking at rings?
A little bit. Life must go on.
All right, so that's confirmation. Martell has been looking at rings and he said life must go on. I'm going to play that clip again.
You been looking at rings?
A little bit. Life must go on.
All right, so you guys saw that. It looks like Martell is indeed ready to get engaged to Arionne Curry, and I feel like that's his method of getting Arionne on the show. Remember how Marceau said all this is just to get Martell on the to get Arionne on the show. So I think if he marries her, he feels like she'll be able to be on the show. I don't know.
There's always multiple sides to a story.
It looks like Ken and Marquez are fighting in front of the son, their son Xavier.
There's always multiple sides to a story.
It's like she's about to have a panic attack right there. I felt bad for her because I know she's like a nervous type. But anyway.
No, ma'am.
No.
How do you ladies feel about what Martell said?
Keep my name out your mouth.
What the hell? Love and Marriage.
I saw that at the end. It looks like the two confrontations that might get physical. We got Kimmy and now Fletcher about to get into it, and then you got Marquez and Ken about to get into it. So man, I heard about the altercation between Ken and Marquez, and I believe Marquez is only going to be in like 5 episodes because he had got fired. I guess he was doing like interviews and spilling too much tea because allegedly the rules with production this season was no talking to bloggers, no letting any information get out. They didn't want no leaks and stuff. So I mean, even though the bloggers kind of like already know all the stuff that's happening because we talked about it, like we already made videos about all this stuff, but it should be a little interesting, you know. But anyway, so I heard that production was saying that the cast can't talk, and Marquez was talking too much. And also, remember, he sent those text messages to Trisha where he was like crashing out and stuff, and it looks like he was threatening to unalive the cast, like, you know, like a unalive suicide. You know, like it looked like it was like a crazy text message where I'm like, I was very disappointed because I was one of the people who was defending Marquez. Now I'm just like, okay, well, maybe Ken is the good guy in the situation because they have been saying that Marquez is a little unstable. Now he does get a little brownie points. Like I said, he fought off an attacker the other day, helped the police and stuff. So that was like, you know, a hero move. You know, anybody could have a little redemption. I believe, like after the altercation, I heard that he was like threatening to unalive the cast or the production, like saying they all could unalive. So I guess that's why they X'd him out. Allegedly, that's what I'm hearing in these YouTube streets. The other altercation is between Kimmy and Nell Fletcher. A lot of people are saying that Nell Fletcher got hands and they might could she might could take Kimmy. I don't know because Kimmy seems like she's in better physical shape than Nell. Like Nell's like, I don't know, like a allegedly surgery type, you know, where Kimmy, even though I think Kimmy got a boob job or something, but Kimmy just seems like she keeps in better shape and stuff. But they said Nell Fletcher be fighting and she got hands too. So I don't know. Who do you guys think could win between them? But yeah, I guess they're getting into it. Kimmy said that she was going to dunk her in the pool, and it was all over from there. I was like, wow. So I guess without Mel, they gotta attack each other and come against each other. You know, a lot of people in the comments were saying like, Nell, you ruined your friendship with Mel for them, and look, now they're all turning on you. You know, and that's how it goes when somebody's not on the show. Now they're all turning on each other. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so what do you guys think about Martell and Arionne potentially getting engaged after years of back and forth, and you know they have a baby, and yeah, so what do you guys think about that? I did see this article that kind of talked about the relationship between Martell and Arionne, so let's get into that. All right, shout out to Blavity. It says a quick recap of the drama with Arionne Curry. Arionne Curry is no stranger to drama. She made her debut on the show as the longtime mistress to Martell Holt. She did not make a debut, but whatever. To make matters worse, Holt was married to the producer of the show, Melody Cherie. Naturally, fans of the series were shocked, with many expressing their disgust online. Arionne Curry told us to never have a baby with a married man. Girl, we know. You are the one who seems to struggle with the concept. Move around. Child, I guess that's what someone had to say. It's so sad. Arionne Curry is such a beautiful woman. I wish she respected herself enough. But later, Cherie revealed that she was expecting her fourth child with Holt, and in an effort to try to make the relationship work, she halted divorce talks. But in season 2, when she found out Holt was still seeing Arionne Curry, she revisited the decision, and in 2020, she filed for divorce. Soon after, Curry announced that she was pregnant with her first child, and that the father was none other than Martell Holt. And after a series of breakups, the on and off again couple has fans wondering what twists and turns now. Lover or hater, Curry knows how to drum up drama. Let's take a look at what we know about Love and Marriage Huntsville. So Martell Holt made the first move, it says. Arionne Curry has received quite a bit of backlash for helping to break up a marriage, but in an interview with Tasha K, she says that Martell Holt was actually the one to initiate the relationship. We know from Martell and Melody that they had gotten into it. Melody was like, go out and get yourself a girlfriend. He probably was bugging her or whatever. She was supposed to go to the barbecue. He probably wanted some sex or something. And Melody's like, oh, I'm doing something. You know, she was on her laptop working. Anyway, she said, go out and get you a girlfriend, and he did. He said he met Arionne that night. He was looking suave, smooth, whatever. That's what he said. All right, I'm just telling you what he said. Anyway, she says they met at a barbecue in Huntsville after he sent his cousin to start a conversation with her. It always be your own family. You can't trust these men family. Anyway, she said, I did notice him. I thought he was nice looking. Martell's attractive to me, but I didn't pursue him. She says she reveals she gave his cousin her phone number to give to Holt, and he called her immediately afterwards. I gave her my number. She gave my number to him. He called me maybe like 5 minutes later. He was outside his car. He said, come outside and talk to me. And I came outside and talked to him. Many fans view Arionne Curry as the villain, and her reputation on the show has seemed to follow her on social media as well. But in an appearance on an Instagram Live, she warns viewers not to believe everything they see on TV. She said despite her persona, she is actually a very different in real life. Stop believing everything y'all hear them bloggers put out, she advises, before later saying, you can do 1,001 things good. The minute you do one thing bad, people say, oh my God, she's the worst person in the world. Ain't nobody thinking about y'all. She says she was friends with Holt nearly a year before the affair, which is something no one believes. Curry tells Tasha K she had no clue Holt was married when they first met, and despite finding him attractive, she reveals that the two remained friends for 8 or 9 months before they started their affair. Don't believe it. I believe they slept together the same night, but that's just my thoughts. In fact, she shared that when Holt asked her to stay at the hotel with him that night, she refused. The night we met, Martell thought I was going to a hotel with him. I was like, what? No, she said, shooting down the idea. I can count on one hand how many men I've had intercourse with, she said, explaining her position. I'm not some little floozy. She feels bullied by the network and the cast members. Even though Arionne Curry is not a part of the official Love and Marriage Huntsville cast, she wants to set the record straight regarding the narrative circulating about her. Recently, she took to Instagram Live to interact with fans, and during the live, a fan hopped on the camera to ask her some questions. The fan asked Curry if she felt bullied by Oprah Winfrey Network and the Love and Marriage Huntsville cast, and she responded with a resounding yes. Of course, of course. It's only one narrative out, and it's not even the correct narrative. I feel like Owen created a narrative for me, and they're not allowing me to speak. But, I mean, you did have a baby by a married man, but I digress. She's a business owner. Arionne Curry may play the bad guy on TV, but she plays a role of a business owner at home. She owns a clothing store called Ari's that uses fashion to empower and inspire women. Okay. Aries, you can find a number of apparel items, all handpicked by Curry herself. From swimwear to jumpsuits, the clothing store has everything you need to look and feel cute. Curry started the company for the woman who is about to take over the world. She has so much pride in her work that she even models the clothing herself. Who wrote this? Plus, with bombshell curves like hers, who could blame her? So that's what do you guys think? Do you guys think Martell Holt will finally marry Arionne Curry after saying that he's been looking at rings and potentially they're getting engaged? I'm hearing word that there is a wedding coming up. I don't know. But what do you guys think about this? Drop your comments below and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe for more videos from Empress Radio. Okay, bye.